Okay, let's try to apply our tax model that we have discussed in the previous video. So we have here a problem. First, we need to identify, based on the tax model that we have learned, the gross compensation income. What did we learn about gross compensation? Any remuneration received by an employee. So whatever received during the year, salary, bonuses, any benefits will form part of your gross compensation. So it is safe to do the math. You add all whatever received by the employee during the year. While trying to analyze item per item, also bear in mind that you have to identify which of the items fall on the non-taxable compensation. So basic salary, OT pay, fixed allowance, gross compensation. Add them, your unused VL, SL, monetized, bonuses, and all other incentives and benefits. If you total them, it will be 287,000. That will be your gross compensation income. Now, we need to identify among those items received by the employee, which of these are de minimis benefits. So, kabalota, wala nang dili ni siya de minimis, dili. Next, unused MVL. Remember our abbreviation, Numeri Unica ALEG-DB. It falls under the first in the list, monetized unused VL. Since the problem is silent whether the employee is a private or a government, it's safe to assume that the employee is a private employee. So, for private employees, they are only entitled to up to 10 days of monetized unused vacation leave. Sick leave, it's taxable. So, you may put a mark to identify, oh, this is de minimis. Next, Christmas bonus. It's in the list of the de minimis benefit. So, you may tick it again, mark it part of your de minimis. 13, 14, no. Cash gift. Do you remember the list? Numeri Unica ALEG-DB. No, it's not. The employee achievement award, it should not be in the form of cash or gift certificate, diba? So cash gift man, so dili. Statutory deduction, is it part of your non-taxable compensation? Based on the model, yes, mandatory deduction. The contribution remitted to SSS, PhilHealth, GSIS, Pag-ibig, and Union Dues, 9,000. So this is non-taxable. And then, but it's not in the de minimis. Just, you may put NT para makabalo mo nga, non-taxable siya. Productivity incentive bonus. Yes, it's part, diba? Either under benefits received by virtue of a collective bargaining agreement and or productivity incentive scheme or plan implemented by the company. Yes, it's part of your de minimis. So, imo na po siyang i-mark. Next, your lavada, laundry allowance, naa siya, de minimis. Actual medical assistance and medical cash allowance, yes, part siya, di ba? Naa siya sa first 5, Numeri Unica. Now, let's go to determining. We've learned earlier that in de minimis benefit, there's such thing as taxable. So, this is how you solve whether you have a taxable de minimis benefit. There, the actual column. This is the next column is the limit or the regulatory limit. And then, excess if there's any. So, since we have identified items that are de minimis benefit, number 1, you have the VL, monetized unused of 3 days. Limit is, remember, maximum is 10 days. And in the problem, the daily rate of the employee is 600. So simply multiply 600 pesos per day times the 10 days, the regulatory limit of 10 days. Get the difference. Is the actual higher than the limit? No. So there's no excess, so 0. Next, you have the Christmas bonus. Christmas bonus under the revenue regulation for the list of de minimis. Limit is only 5,000 but the employee is receiving 10,000. What does that mean? Get the difference. The excess should form part of your taxable de minimis benefit. Next, productivity incentive bonus. Limit is 10K. The employee receives 6,000, so no excess. Next, laundry allowance, receive 4,200, but the limit is only 3,600 or 3,600 per year. Difference, yes, it has an excess of 600. And then the actual medical allowance, it's 12. A medical assistance, it's 12,000, but the limit is 10. So there's an excess of 2. And lastly, we have the medical cash assistance to dependents in the amount of 5,000. And the limit is only 4,500. So there's an excess of 500. You total, the actual de minimis benefit is 40,200. The excess to be considered as taxable is 8,100. Now, next thing to do, proceed to determining your 13th month and other benefit that should not be in excess of 90,000. So it will not be taxable. You have the 13th and 14th. Remember the cash gift? Cash gift of 5,000. And your taxable de minimis benefit. Remember, how do we treat excess or the taxable de minimis benefit in excess of over their regulatory limit? Treat it as part of your 13th month and other benefit. That's why we added here the 8,100. If you total them, you have a 13th month and other benefit of 41,900. 41,900 compared to the regulatory limit of 90,000. Obviously, it's lower than 90, so no excess, meaning the entire 13th month and other benefit is non-taxable. Now, plotting all the figures we need in the tax model, here's what you will have. We computed for gross compensation earlier that amounted to 287. The non-taxable compensation has 3 components: exempted benefits, the de minimis, and the 13-month and other benefits, and the mandatory deduction, which is our statutory deduction remitted to SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, 9,600, your 41,900, this one, and your DMB, the 4,200. Total to be deducted from gross compensation is 91,700. Get the difference, you will have a taxable compensation income 195,300. That will be the basis in determining income tax due. Now, how are we going to compute for the income tax due? Remember the table, the tax table for individual taxpayers. It's in your book. For 250,000 and below taxable income, income tax rate is 0%. Meaning, based on the problem, we have a taxable compensation income of below 250,000. It's only 195,300. So therefore, we don't have any income tax due because the employee has a taxable compensation income of below 250,000. Now, next question would be, What if the taxable compensation income is more than 250,000? So we have here a sample illustration. Considering we have already computed for TCI and the amount is 295. So to apply the tax table, you check 295,300 from the table, look at the bracket to which the 295 falls within. So obviously it's in the next line, within 250 to 400. So how do we compute? It says the income tax rate is 20% of the excess over 250. So you only have to deduct 250,000 from your TCI of 295 and multiply it to the income tax rate of 20%. And there you will have an income tax due of 9,060. Another example, what if it's more than 400? Taxable compensation income 495,300. How are you going to apply the tax table? 495,300 falls within the third line, between 400 but not more than 800. There's a fixed amount of 30,000 and then you add 25% of the excess of over 400. So 495, the 400 has an income tax of in the fixed amount of 30,000, and the excess, meaning 495 less the 400 base. This is the base, diba? Sa third line sa tax table. Get the difference, multiply it 25%, that amounted to 23,825. Add it to your 30,000 and you will arrive to 53,825 as your income tax due. So that's how you apply the tax table. Don't worry, the tax table will be provided in the problem. So no need to memorize the tax table for individual taxpayers. If you have questions, please do feel free to drop your questions in our group chat. Thank you.